G'day folks, today I'm going crayfishing and I'm standing under a bridge. Let me explain. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Right now, I've got a very wet day forecast, one of the wettest forecasts we've had for a long time. It's meant to start raining about 9 o'clock, which is 5 minutes from now. But looking at the radar, I reckon it's a good 2 or 3 hours away at least. But anyway, I'm staying in town. I'm going to base myself under a bridge and I'm going to throw some nets in the river right here in the middle of town. See if I can catch some crayfish. Net number 1 is a stocking filled with dry dog food. That can go just out there. And net number 2 can go just in here. And I suspect that I'm going to have a few problems with snags in this spot. Right now, net number 3 can just go here in front of this tree here. Right now, net number 4, and I'm only using 4 nets. This is slightly different. It's a stocking, but it's half filled with dry dog food and half filled with a bit of venison. I was running out of dog food and I'm running out of venison offcuts. So I've used the last of the dog food and the last of the venison offcuts, and that's why I haven't got a net number 5. Right folks, 4 nets are in, right in the middle of town. Gonna go and check the radar now and chill out for a while. Righto folks, time for the impatient check. It's been about 20 minutes I suppose, it's been long enough. But I'm not gonna check them in the order that I put them in. Nothing in this one. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, then check them in sequence for the rest of the day. This one's been in the least amount of time. And it's caught a crayfish already. Can you believe it? This is the one that's only been in for about 15 minutes. A little weeny cray. Worth noting is that mark on his forehead. We'll take note of that and just see if we catch him again. Lovely little fella, probably only 65, 70 mil from his eye to his tail. See you later, mate. And this one's been in the second longest. It's also one I'm expecting to be snagged. I actually moved it. When I threw it in before, I ended up pulling it out and throwing it out a bit further because it wasn't in very deep. I think it was sitting on a snag. Anyway, if it's not snagged, has it got a cray in it? No. But it's not snagged, and that's a good start. And net number 4, I reckon I'm going to catch some here today in this spot. Even if it's not this pool, I reckon this spot is going to produce. It hasn't yet, but I haven't lost faith. According to the radar, the rain's still a fair way away, although it does seem to be getting dark. What's this net got? Nothing. Nothing. Now, this was the only net to have a cray in it in the first check. It's also the only net to actually have any meat in it. A little bit of meat in the stocking of the dog food. But this time, nothing. Righto. I like that. It's on a snag. I can feel it coming in. I've had a bit of a bad feeling about these nets since I put it there. Now that I know that snag's there, I might move it downstream a bit, I think. I think there's just way too many snags in this spot. Right, can net number 4, the final net, can it produce? This is the net that I'm expecting great things from today, but it doesn't feel very heavy this time. Nope. No great things yet. Right, this is the net that I've moved because it was snagged. I've come downstream quite a bit. Right, it's time to check them. It's been 55 minutes. Had a couple of spots of rain, but nothing serious. Just want to give a big shout out to my accountants, Kalara Partners in Wangaratta. They're awesome. I've got a couple of accountants. Chris Doyle is a very keen fisherman, and I give him nothing. And Jamie's awesome because she laughs at my jokes, and she has taught me a lot. She taught me that 0 and O are 2 different things, and that there's actually no letters in my phone number. And Rowie is awesome as well. I reckon she watches all of my videos but probably wouldn't admit it. Anyway, let's check them. Have I got any crays? No, not in this net. Right, second net. Second net. Feels heavy, something in here. One big one with eggs, without eggs. Look at his little weeny claw. I'll give it a measure. He's well and truly oversized. That is a legal crayfish, legal size, no eggs. I'm legally allowed to keep this, but look at, he's got one sort of damaged little claw and one tiny weeny little claw. Otherwise, it's a nice cray. Right, mate, today's your lucky day because I caught you. See you later, mate. The sky's getting dark, the wind's picking up. It's not overly cold, I've just got a t-shirt on. But that last crayfish had one small hand and one big hand. I think I'll call him the clock. This is the net that's going to catch heaps today. Eventually, just not this time. Hey, you're letting me down, net. This net doesn't seem to be in as deep as the others. It doesn't feel very heavy. Nothing. Wow, gee whiz, it's slow. Still no crays in this net. This is the only net to actually do any good today. It's caught 2 crays. It feels heavy now too. I don't know why, there's nothing in it. What about the net with the highest expectations? How does it feel? Snagged. Very snagged. It's off, but it's not in very deep. It's only snagged just under the surface. How did I not notice that when I threw it in? Very snagged and very bent. Righto. This is the first time I've checked this net in this spot and it was on a snag. That's never a good start. But there's a cray in it, a little one. If I don't tip him out. Oh, look how cute he is. He fell out. Look, he's going to get through the hole. That is a beautiful cray. Very, very clean. Very, very sharp spikes. Beautiful looking things, aren't they? Prehistoric. Alright, little cray. See you later, mate. Yeah, with all 4 nets, I've just ripped the stocking open a little bit just to help it help the scent of the dog food get out a bit better. Put that out a bit closer too. I was on a snag before, hopefully it's not this time. Right, it's time to check them again. This is the second last time. After I put them back after this time, it's they're coming out. This is the first time I've checked them since I pierced the stockings. Let's see if it's made any difference. It doesn't feel any heavier. This net has done nothing all day. Alright, now 2 out of my 3 crayfish today have come out of this net. Doesn't feel very heavy this time though. Oh, you got another one? Another little one. And a little one. That takes me up to 4. And it's not the same little one that I caught earlier. Because if you remember, I panned the camera really close and that one had a spot on its head. This one hasn't. Well, I'm up to 4. See you later, mate. The rain's getting a bit heavier now and it's setting in a bit more. But still, I think I've dodged a bullet. The forecast was for a lot more rain than we've had. This net's been disappointing and it doesn't feel heavy now. Yeah, I thought this net would do well and for some reason it hasn't caught a single cray. This net had a small cray in it last time. How does it feel? Snagged. Bugger. The worst part about being snagged isn't just the risk of losing nets, but the net's not on the bottom. The net's probably way off the bottom. Alright. Going into my last round with just 4 crays under my belt, been very slow.